If it's your first time here, I am Turk, the old man metal dude. Today we're going to be reacting to a song which was requested by one of my Patreon members. As you could probably tell from the title sequence, this is a sponsored video. Bit of an unusual one. Normally I'm used to reacting to, say, a cover of an older song, whereas in this case I'm reacting to the original version of a song that I'm very familiar with the cover version of. This is, of course, Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin. I'm very familiar with the Ugly Kid Joe cover from the early to mid 90s. While I was aware of who did the original song, I've never actually sorted out and given it a listen, so should be interesting to see what the difference is between this and the cover version that I am so familiar with. Yeah. Just before I get into the reaction, just want to give a shout out to, see, you can tell I'm prepared this time. I actually didn't bring it up. Let's just go to that one. Today's shout out will be going to the Metal Mixtape. I've checked out a few of this guy's reactions and seems to be the kind of channel that I dig and that I'm all too happy to help as much as I can. It seems in the time between when I decided I was going to give him a shout out and now, he's just ticked over to the 10,000 subscriber mark, so big ups to Metal Mixtape for cracking the milestone. Go check out his channel. If you like what you see, subscribe, and yeah, help out the community wherever you can. Right, so now that that's done, without further ado, let's get into the reaction. This is Cats in the Cradle by Harry Chapin.
He sings, he writes screenplays, he's an award-winning filmmaker, he records, he writes words, music, and the book for a Broadway show, and he also stars in it. He's just your average American boy genius. And he's also nominated as Best Pop Male Vocalist of the Year. He's Harry Chapin.
Putting 50 pieces behind me tonight is like putting a Rolls-Royce engine in a flatbed truck, but I'll do my best. My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it, and as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then.
I'll just pause on there quickly. It's amazing how much of a different feel this original and the Ugly Kid Joe cover of it have. Even though so far the melody and lyrics are all the same, just the different ways that they're being performed, totally different feels.
We'll have have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never dimmed and said, I'm gonna be like him. Yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. Oh, when you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college just the other day, so much like a man I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. Oh, when you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then.
Something occurred to me, mainly during the previous verse. It's almost like he's singing it from the idealistic exuberance of, the child, idolizing their father, regardless of anything. Whereas, the Ugly Kid Joe version is more of a sung from, a dejected child's perspective. That's just how I'm interpreting it.
You know we'll have a good time then. Well, I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as he hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. Oh, when you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. And you know we'll have a good time then. Thank you.
That last verse definitely seemed to my ears to, obviously it's sung from the father's perspective in that instance, and it's a lot sadder. That's just what I'm taking from it. Much different feel to the version I'm used to. It's actually good to actually hear the way it was originally written, even if running through my head through every verse I had the scene from The Simpsons where Homer sings it crying, followed by, yes, we have no bananas. You don't get it much. We have no bananas. That's just what was stuck in my head throughout the choruses. In wrapping that up, I just want to, given the theme of the song, give a shout out to my dad. as much as I didn't realise at the time, he always made time to spend time with both of his sons, even if I didn't appreciate it at the time. He did his best to teach me responsibility, and it wasn't his fault that I didn't learn the lesson. But shout out to Dad. So, in wrapping it up, as always, please, if you like the video, please hit the like button, share the video. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification icon. Help me out with the algorithm. I'd like to keep the channel growing as much as possible. And of course, if you want to support the channel further, please head on over to the Patreon page. As always, there's exclusives, early access, behind the scenes, voting, and shout outs. And of course, in the top 2 tiers, much like this one, there are guaranteed song requests. Well, as always, I've been Turk, you've been awesome. Peace out, and I'll catch you later.